Are you ready for the club? Are you ready to get back into clubbing? Are you ready to dance that night off? I'm not usually a clubbing person, but even me, I want to go to a club, you know, like I'm up for it. So here are 10 fragrances that are perfect for the club, for you guys, for the men that want attention, that want to turn heads in the club amongst all these other men. These fragrances will make you smell so good. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. My name is Monica and here we talk about fragrances. So if you love fragrances, if you want to smell good, subscribe to this channel and press the notification bell. And now let's get on to this beautiful list. Okay, the first one. Guys, it has to be on this list. This is a clubbing king, so it has to be on this list. Versace Heroes. This fragrance will get you compliments. In the club, it's so strong. It's got vanilla, which women love the sweetness. Like they just love it. Green apple. It's just fresh but smooth. It's just got that amazing alluringness, if that's even a word. It's just got that vibe. It's got playfulness. All of these fragrances, they have to be playful. They can't be just like, I'm just sitting at home, sipping my coffee or whatever. This is a guy that wants to have fun. This fragrance does it so well. If you want to give off those vibes, no matter if you're 18 or you're like 60, wear Versace Heroes and you'll just be just fine. Next fragrance I have to mention is Spicebomb. Spicebomb or Spicebomb Extreme. Either of those will do because these fragrances are spicy, are vanilla, again, that sweetness that I talked about. These are fragrances that are for sure like fun, bad boy, but with a sweet side, I would say. And the only issue is that you have to overspray it. So to the club, go ahead, I'm giving you my permission to just overspray it, just go from head to toe and you'll smell so good. This fragrance is it just screams fun and it's good for a date but also for the club because it's got that cinnamon, you know, just spiciness. A bit of spice in your life never hurt anybody, so this one is a great one for the club. As we are talking about bit of a bad boy, a boozy fragrance maybe, I have to mention CH Men Privé. Man, this fragrance just screams a fun night out, leather jacket, just an alcoholic drink. Only drink if you're over 18 or 21 in your country, but you know what I mean. Like this is just a fragrance that is so playful. Even the bottle itself, it looks like a whiskey, those like things that people put in the jacket. It just has got such a fun vibe all around. It's got a boozy note in there which just makes it so delicious. Again, it's a sweeter fragrance. Also, it's got vanilla, so these really make it stick to your skin and be long lasting in the club. But with this one, I'm also giving you permission to overspray because although it's long lasting, it can not project that far if you don't apply it correctly, so definitely overspray this one. Next, I have to mention my new favorite blue fragrance. Okay, if you're looking for a versatile fragrance that you can buy right now and wear it to the office, be careful with the sprays though, and you also want to wear it to the club, then this one will save you money because this fragrance is such a compliment getting fragrance. Why Eau de Parfum? Oh my gosh. Ginger, apple, just goodness. It's such a yummy opening. You'll fall in love with this fragrance when you test it, and then it projects like crazy. You can overspray it a little bit to the club, but don't go as crazy as Spicebomb because this is a strong ass fragrance. This will really make you stand out. And if you like a bit of freshness in your club fragrance and not as you don't want to smell exactly like Versace Heroes because this one goes to that sweeter side. You want to keep it balanced, more to the fresher side. This is the one for you because it will still hold on to your clothes even when you're like sweaty and dancing, but it will refresh you as well. Next, I have to mention not Creed Aventus, but an alternative that is just as good and a tad cheaper. So, you know, I guess you are waiting to hear what it is. It's Cedra Boisé from MANCERA. This fragrance is so good. It's got that same vibe, if you will, as Creed Aventus, you know, super fresh, super masculine, loud. It's got all of that to a very similar level, but it has more, I would say overall. It's got more notes at the top coming out. It's got just different levels of freshness, I think it's got different fruits that are coming through at the top. It's just more mouth-watering. It smells more high-end, and you know, many people might be wearing Creed Aventus to the club, which you can of course too, but this one you'll just differentiate yourself a bit more, and yeah, it's a better scent overall for me personally. Next, Parfums de Marly's Herod, and I pick Herod over Leighton because in this situation, the club, I think Herod's sweetness and that tobacco, it's just, oh my gosh, it'll be so good in the club. I want to smell Herod in the clubs this summer, okay? So I'm going to be promoting it because it's such a good fragrance. It's got that tobacco note. It's got, to me, this like vanilla, but a bit of like cherry vibe also that I can smell to my nose, that it's what it smells like. So it's just syrupy, thick, heavy, present. Just if you are a fan of those tobacco masculine scents with a bit of sweetness, just go to town with this one. Also, don't be afraid to overspray. But yeah, unique, 10 out of 10, and such a good smelling guy if you're wearing that fragrance. My gosh, it's so good. Like whoever is next to you will want to smell like that too. Next, I have to mention also a versatile fragrance that can be worn during the day, but it's amazing for the club too, and it's quite cheap. It's 1 million PACO RABANNE. This one is still so good. That cinnamon, it's a killer. It still smells quite expensive to me, although it's used a lot. To me, it's just fresh cinnamon. It's so good. I mean, you guys probably know what it smells like, so I don't have to even tell you. But yeah, this one, it's got enough of that sweetness, enough of that syntheticness to really be loud as you want. You can overspray it and be so loud. Be careful with this one though, because it can be really powerful, and you'll definitely cut through all the scents in the room if you're wearing this one, and women just love it, so it's a great one for the club too. Next is from Le Male section, and it's Ultra Male. You guys have loved it. I know that in my comments, Ultra Male probably comes up in every single of my videos in the comments, and people are like, oh my gosh, I just tried Ultra Male and it's so good. So I would say Ultra Male or Le Male Le Parfum, those two are the best flankers of Le Male for me, and they do amazingly well in the club in that situation where you really need something that is slightly sweet but fresh, and it just has got that presence. Le Male Le Parfum is really amazing. It's really so good, but if you can't get it maybe in your country, go for Ultra Male. It's also got that juiciness and sweetness. I feel like those fragrances, they are just a staple in every guy's collection because it's a youthful, playful fragrance that really gives off those like, I want to have fun, I'm going clubbing vibes, and it's affordable. You can just grab it in your local Ulta, or you can grab it just easily on discount anywhere. So yeah, this one is just amazing, and you can overspray it easily without thinking, oh my gosh, this fragrance is so expensive that I can't overspray it, if you know what I mean. And I think that is also important in this list, to have those two options of expensive fragrances but also cheaper ones, if you know what I mean. Next, I want to mention Interlude from AMOUAGE. So you guys know that Black Iris Interlude is one of my favorite fragrances. I talk about it all the time. It smells so rich. But Interlude, I got a huge sample. Like, look at the sample of Interlude, and man, this is good as well. It's got the same kind of DNA, but it's much more smoky. And for the club, I would say this is a winner, because Interlude Black Iris has got touch too much sweetness, I would say, for the club. This, however, it's just such an oriental, powerful fragrance, very rich smelling. If you want to smell super, super rich, but also like super loud and you love oriental fragrances, this is a fragrance that you should definitely check out, because you might be bored with, you know, Versace Heroes. You have been wearing it for years. You want something, you want a step up. This is such an amazing fragrance, and you'll definitely get people talking with this one, which is a good one. Good thing, I wanted to say. And last one is Armani Code Profumo. I actually tested it, and you guys also talk about this fragrance all the time, and I used to like it, then I didn't like it, and then I just got the flanker, the Profumo version, and it's very, very good. It's, you know, those oldies but goodies. It's got that DNA that has been done, but it's so good. It's got that, you know, spiciness, sweetness. It's similar to many of the fragrances that I have mentioned on this list, but it's good nonetheless. If you have it, I think many of you might have it already in your collection. You might be thinking, oh, can I wear it to the club? I just want to say, go for it. Overspray it and go to the club with it, because it's just such a, this is like a fun guy, but also a very comforting fragrance. So this is like a safe guy that is not like some weirdo in the club. You know which guys I mean. There's some weirdos always like staring or like making you feel uncomfortable or something, and you're just like, what is this guy? Even as a guy, you're looking at this guy and you're thinking, man, like, what is going on here? I have to protect all these people from this guy. This is not that guy. This is a guy that is just like safe, friendly, secure, and wants to have fun. So this would be my recommendation. Let me know what is your number one clubbing scent down in the comments below. I've been talking a lot. I deserve a break, I think. Let me know about your number one fragrance. I'll link all the fragrances down below. Let me know also what fragrances I should check out, and I'll also link to my own fragrances that public has rated here down below, so you can check them out and see what I created for you guys. And those are compliment getting fragrances for sure, because that's what I wanted to create. Anyway, I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye guys.